we're back. I'm sitting here somehow with Ted Williams, and I have to ask you about this. You're famous, Mr. Williams, for taking time off to fight in World War II, and then time out of your career to fight in Korea. And in Korea, I think not many people know this, you were John Glenn's wingman. Isn't that right?
I made some flights with John Glenn, and I remember the first time I ever flew with him, I said, we were on a early morning, which was going out early before the lights were on, and maybe see a truck a little late getting in, or some other truck someplace, and anything that looked like it was suspicious.
I hope an enemy truck. This is what you're trying to attack here, right?
Well, if they're there, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
But, so I'd never flown with John, although first time I went into the ready room, I saw John Glenn and another guy standing in the back. And I said, I don't know who that guy is, but I said, he looks like he is pretty important. And he was a major then. And
he just had an aura of importance?
Yeah, he had the stature and the look, and he was just a gung-ho Marine.
Do I have that aura, Mr. Williams?
No.
You want to think about it a little more?
Yeah, I want to think about it a long time.
Yeah, you were pretty quick with that one.
But he was just a tremendous guy, and I was on this early morning trip with him, and it was a lousy day, and I thought really to myself, I shouldn't even be up here. I'm not ready for this. And I hung right in there with him, and he was so damn smooth, yet I didn't even have to touch the thing. Everything would have been great.
He was a great pilot.
Oh, shoot, great man. He's my hero, that guy.
Now, let me ask you something. Are you going to go, because he's going up on the space shuttle now.
I'm going to try to send him a note and let him know I'm thinking of him, because I really am.
You could go with him. You ever think about that?
No, I don't want to go with him.
Come on.
You know, funny thing. I live in Florida, and John Glenn has to make a few trips down into that area occasionally. And I don't know if he's going to NASA or what he was going to do, but anyway, he was going down there, and he came over to visit me for a few hours. And I want to tell you, that was only 3 weeks ago. And he knew he was going back up to the moon, but he never told me anything about it.
He kept it hush? He didn't say anything about it?
No, and I felt a little bad about it, because I thought, geez, there's big secrets around here. He sure ought to be able to tell me. But anyway, he was one of the great Americans in my lifetime, without any question.
Wow, that's high praise.
Oh boy, hell.
Do you think I'm one of the great Americans? Okay.
I want to tell you something. No, really.
I'm just kidding. No, don't go there. Don't. I don't want Ted Williams coming after me on my own show.
No, I want to tell you something. This is from the heart.
Yeah.
I am really impressed with you, and I didn't know much about you. But I want to tell you, you are growing.
I've been on the air for 5 years.
You are growing in the eyes of the American public bigger than you think.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
That's right.
That's nice of you to say. That's all I wanted. Is that so much to ask?
That's easy, hell, that's easy. No, but it's the truth. And I'm very happy to be on you, because...
But enough about me.
If I live another 10 years, I'd say, yeah, I was on a young kids program one time.
I don't think you're ever going to be bragging about me, but anyway, I want to ask you about this thing I once heard. I don't know if it's true. They once said that you got out a rifle, because you like to hunt. Yeah. You got out a rifle in Fenway Park, and you started shooting at the scoreboard. It was not during a game.
No.
Not during a game, but is this true?
Well, just about that time. There's some truth to it.
His fault.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, and
someone put that rifle in my hands.
Yeah, well, I went and bought that rifle because it had great statistics. Ballistics, I should say. It was a 319 zipper. Anybody that knows anything about guns know that was a pretty hot gun in the late 40s.
But why are you shooting it at the scoreboard of Fenway Park?
Well, I got in there, and I had this rifle, and I could read what it did and all the rest of it. And, of course, there's no targets in center field in Fenway. And,
okay.
No targets. And I saw 400 out there in the center field bleachers. And I knew this bullet wouldn't go through there. So I hit a couple of zeros out there, knocked the little chips out of the damn zeros. And I got hell for that.
Yeah, some idiot intervened and ruined your fun.
Yeah.
I have to ask you about this. You're on a mission. You're on a mission right now, and you're passionate about this. Shoeless Joe Jackson, who, of course, is excluded from the Baseball Hall of Fame because of his involvement in the Black Sox scandal. You want to get him into the Hall of Fame, is that right?
Well, I'd like to see him given a chance because his, not treatment, but I think his penalty, he got the most severe penalty that probably any player got with less involvement.
So you think he wasn't that involved in the scandal? And
I'm not saying that. I think he knew about the scandal, and I think that he did things wrong, and he knew that, and he admitted it. But the thing turned out that no matter what excuse he had, or whatever avenue that he had to take to try to do something about it, there was always some big obstacle there.
Do you think he was one of probably the greatest players of all time?
Oh, there's no question he was one of the greatest that ever played or swung a bat.
But what about Pete Rose? Do you think they should let him be in the Hall of Fame?
It's a little different case, Pete Rose.
Right.
Joe Jackson was never convicted in court, criminal court, or a municipal court.
And you think Pete Rose, you think that's different because they found him guilty?
I don't say that's different. I just say that there's different circumstances, and there's a lot of guys.
Have you thought of a career in politics? You're real good at this.
Yeah, you think I'm double talking. No, I think that Joe Jackson was treated more harshly than anybody has ever been treated for the amount of things that he did.
Okay.
And
you'd like to see him into the Hall of Fame once and for all.
You know, I close my eyes at night, and I've done this for 50 years. And I hear this take me out to the ball game, and I get chills. The only other song that makes me ever feel that way, the national anthem and the Halls of Montezuma. And I want to tell you, I got that same feeling tonight when I was listening to all these guys, and I said, who the hell's that drummer? He's good.
Hey, yeah, who the hell is that drummer? Hey, Mr. Williams, thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you very much. We're out of time, but ladies and gentlemen, a real thrill for us here at the show. Ted Williams. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.